What is up, guys? Man, we are back, and today we're gonna be doing something called true crime, bruh. It went good. It went pretty good the last one, so I'm just gonna see what it's like, man. Thank you guys for 373 subscribers. Hopefully we keep pushing to 400. Get rid of these commercials. And today's video is called "Mom Kills and Buries Her Husband and Makes the 7-year-old the Fall Guy." That is crazy. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into this thing, guys. So let's go ahead and do that thing. Let's see what they talk.
Garcia right now on True Crime News.
True Crime News, baby.
Michael Shaver was dead, but his family had no idea because someone pretended to be him for 3 years.
I would get messages that just didn't sound like Michael.
Then a shocking discovery. He was buried in the backyard, murdered by his wife, Lori. Today, Michael Shaver's sister comes to True Crime News for her first interview.
I knew right away it was her. Nobody else put him there. It was her.
Plus, Lori's stunning reaction as cops reveal they've unearthed her deadly secret.
I would like to just run over this list of items that we
Okay, absolutely.
And later, one woman's week with a monster.
I felt like he was going to kill me. There was no way out of that bedroom.
Her harrowing story of survival. Your daily source for true crime starts right now. Thanks for joining us. We're in Florida in a case that we've been covering here on True Crime News. Lori Shaver found guilty of killing her husband Michael and burying him in the backyard. We have exclusive new details on the case, including shocking evidence that came out in the trial. And for the first time, Michael's sister speaks.
All right, man. You already
Starting
know,
from
man.
zero in JavaScript.
When the final countdown to 400.
Zero experience, zero clue. Zero frameworks to rely
These
on.
commercials, man.
It was a Lake County, Florida mystery. Where was Michael Shaver? With a great job as a monorail technician at Disney World, a wife and 2 kids, his extended family grew ever more disturbed by messages asking to leave him alone. They wouldn't learn for many years Michael was already dead.
I've got me and my father and Michael in this picture. It was great growing up with Michael. I was like a little mom to him.
In her first interview since this case went to trial, Michael's older sister, Stacy Turner, shares her fond family memories. She was living in New York, so they kept up with each other by phone.
We talked often, and his last words ever to me, which I will always cherish, was, "I love you, sis." I never heard from him again.
But soon, Michael's family was getting strange Facebook messages.
I would get messages that just didn't sound like Michael. And then my daughter tried to send him a message, and she got a message back, supposedly from Michael. And it says, "Who are you? I don't know who you are. I don't have any family. Just leave me alone." So that was very, very unlike him.
At first, it's not alarming as Michael's wife, Lori Shaver, acts like everything is okay.
Michael and Lori went to kindergarten together. Then when they started dating, I was really happy for both of them. It was a good relationship in the beginning.
Stacy was a bridesmaid in their wedding, but before long, Michael and Lori's relationship would start to crumble, each accusing the other of cheating and eventually physical abuse.
She split his head open with a gun. She had a couple small bruises on her arms.
Shorty was with the shits, boy. He said she was cracking him up against the head with a gun. But they was beating the shit out of each other, apparently. So
where
let's
Michael was trying to get the gun away from her.
During that blowout fight, Lori called 911 and filed a police report.
What's going on?
It was a domestic violence dispute.
Okay, are you okay?
I did hit my ex in the head with a gun that he had pulled out on me. I grabbed my gun because he has a gun and I have a gun. I stood side stairs. And now I'm on the way to the sheriff's office.
Police would eventually learn the Shavers had multiple firearms at the home, and Lori kept a pink .38 caliber handgun on her nightstand.
Yeah, she had a
but
38.
This time, Michael landed in jail.
Michael said that he would go to jail, otherwise the kids were going to go into foster system.
And Lori was apparently thrilled.
She sent his entire family his mugshot over Facebook Messenger. and told everybody what a monster he was.
That was in 2014, and Stacy says despite attempts to stay in touch...
That's every girl in, like, from 2021 to this current year, 2024. Everybody, something happened, they get plastered all over Facebook. That's just the normal, bro. Girls be wildin', dudes be wildin'. Let's see what happens, man. If you think this is already off to a great start, not a great start, terrible start, great start, drop a comment. Let me know what you think, man, because this is crazy. It happened in Florida, and I don't know about this wife, man.
Even visit, it grew difficult.
I do recall a message that I sent to her. I told her that I'm trying to find Michael because my mother was very sick. We actually thought my mother was gonna die. I said, I can't get a hold of Michael. And she's like, well, I'll tell him. And she never responded back to me.
Michael had seemingly vanished, his wife telling the family they planned to divorce. But 3 years passed and Stacy eventually grew suspicious.
We actually put all of our pieces together and we said, okay, it's time to go to the police.
Bro, 3 years before they thought something was suspicious? That's crazy. Boy, I'd have thought something was suspicious like maybe like 2-3 months of not hearing from her. I'd be like, all right, something's not right, man. He not texting back, none of that stuff. Then I would have went looking. But 3 years? That's crazy, bro. What the hell?
Stacy asked one of Michael's childhood friends, Scott Amatuccio, to find out what's going on.
Scott had a girlfriend at the time, and they went over to visit Lori and Michael, but Michael wasn't there. And when she asked Lori where Michael was, she says, I don't know, he left in a black SUV. But his car keys, his cell phone, and his wallet were all sitting right on the coffee table.
An alarmed Scott asked cops to do a welfare check.
How he just vanished, nothing made sense. I kind of prepared myself for this day.
So I think welfare checks is where they send like cops to your house and they like literally look for you, do what they got to do to see where the hell you are. And once they get to you, make sure you're all straight and, you know, responsive and shit like that. I think that's what that is. I've been told that before, so I don't know anybody that's had that done to them, but I think that's what it is. But we finna see, because this is actually getting pretty interesting.
Investigators head to Michael and Lori's Lake County, Florida home.
This case was bizarre, to say the least, from the get-go. Told the deputies to leave her property, and then about a month later, we showed up with a search warrant.
This time they return with search dogs, and as the team works the exterior of the property, Michael's family gets a call.
They did tell me that they were going to start digging, and they told me why.
Then a startling discovery.
It was devastating for my entire family. I'm the one who had to tell my mom that they found him.
This is crazy. So first, it was a good... They knew each other since, like, what did she say, kindergarten? They made it all the way through high school years. She said it was a good relationship, and all of a sudden it started dropping off. I feel like honestly people get tired of each other, to be honest. You know, it's just it's facts. People get tired of each other and they start wilding. But so then it started becoming like arguments, I guess, and then after that it becomes abusive. Like as soon as like abuse came into it, I would have been like, hey, Mike, you need to chill out, bro. You need to come see us more, take a break, you know, da-da-ding, bada bing, bada bang, you know. Get them to come out more, leave that shit alone, because nobody wants abusive relationship. That shit is like dead. Like, fuck that shit. You know, that's when they should have started, like, you know, going towards him and, like, you know, trying to get his attention, you know, get things right. But he ended up going to jail. He did the right thing. He didn't want his kids to go into, like, the foster system and stuff like that. So he, like, apparently he went to jail. He took the charge or whatever, went to jail, and then left the mom with the kids. I don't know why that's always a thing, but I feel like the dad should get the kids sometimes too. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Let's see what else this got going on, because 3 years before you go look for your damn son. And then when they find him, they talking about they about to dig in the ground, they found a dead body. Come on now, let's be realistic. Alright, man. You already know what fan, let's get me to 400 subs and we get rid of these damn commercials. This is like Battleship, anyways.
When we come back, search crews dig up the couple's backyard and Lori starts pointing fingers.
I'm saying, okay, we can work it out. He told me not this time.
That's next.
This is
We're back with the disappearance of Michael Shaver. He was missing for 3 years before anyone alerted police.
3 years.
Why didn't his wife say anything? Investigators are about to find out. 3 years had passed since anyone...
Oh no, time out, because that's crazy. While she was going on with life, knowing she killed this man. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. She's just going on, living her life. She probably had a whole new boyfriend, just whole new life. Family don't even know.
And Michael Shaver's family had seen him. His sister Stacy had grown alarmed.
Because of the stories Michael had previously told me about her, I thought maybe she had somebody kidnap him.
Now deputies with a warrant search around a shoddy concrete slab in the couple's backyard.
They found a discoloration on a concrete slab that they wanted to investigate further, where the dogs had hit.
The search team makes a grisly discovery in what looks like a fire pit.
Just a shoddy concrete job poured around this fire pit, so we began focusing our efforts there. We feel that we have found a human bone.
The sheriff's office calls Lori to tell her they've finished seizing property from her home.
We are done out here, and you guys are welcome to come back anytime.
Okay.
If you have a second, I would like to just run over this list of items real quick with you over the phone and let you know the items that we need to take.
Okay, absolutely.
Flash drive, a photograph, miscellaneous paperwork.
The detective listing off the items as nonchalantly as a grocery list. And listen to Lori's reaction as the list continues on.
Projectiles and human skeletal remains. So as far as all of that stuff goes, do you have any questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I need to sign any of that paperwork, or it's just at the property?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
And we would still love to sit down with you if there's any way that we can make that happen.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Michael's friend Scott Amatuccio, who had called in a welfare check, had a gut feeling.
I just started putting the timeline together and the facts that I knew.
Okay, hold up, because the wife thought she was definitely smart as hell. She put a fire pit. She buried him, threw concrete slab over it, and then put a fire pit over it. Cut up a tree, made them stools. She thought she was smart, huh? But that's crazy. I wouldn't have thought it would have discolored. She did something wrong. She didn't watch enough Law and Order or NCIS or anything. She need to go watch How to Get Away with Murder on Netflix.
Including the fire pit.
She is not getting
and
away
so
with
did
it.
Stacy Turner.
Once they found the body in the yard, I knew right away it was her. My gut told me it was her. Nobody else put him there. It was her.
Honestly, I think she should have buried him somewhere else, to be honest.
Lori Shaver is quickly arrested and charged with second-degree murder and accessory after the fact.
I don't know why I've been targeted, why I've been set up, or charged with this heinous crime.
While out on bond, Lori makes a highly produced video on YouTube claiming her innocence. Her lawyer setting up the defense that she was actually a battered wife.
Lori was the victim of repeated physical violence by Michael.
But nearly 10 years after Michael's murder, all the details are unearthed at trial. The story of a wife who first shot her guy with a .38 caliber handgun, then stole his identity.
Michael Shaver was shot in the back of his head without any sort of legal excuse or justification and buried in his backyard.
Prosecutors told jurors Lori used Shaver's Facebook page, posing as the dead man to mask his murder.
Let's focus on the totality of circumstances, showing how she impersonated him to his friends and family members through texts, Facebook messages.
Lori took the stand, breaking down over her volatile relationship with Michael. She says he lost it when she told him there was a baby on the way. Apparently, the child wasn't Michael's.
I'm saying, okay, we can work it out. He told me not this time.
Was he upset about anything in particular that you're aware of?
Yes, he found out I had gotten pregnant.
Lori told jurors it was her then 7-year-old daughter who pulled the trigger to protect her mom from being attacked by Michael. The now 15.
Yo, this is crazy, bro. She shot him, act like she didn't know. Then the court, first of all, 3 years later they find him. Or they think it's suspicious, they find him, and then 10 years later she's going to court. Excuse me? If that was my family, I'd have been on top of it ASAP. We'd have been figuring that shit out the same year. But now she in court and she talking about he was tripping because she had a baby by another dude, and the daughter shot her. What the fuck? Kind of shit she got going on.
10-year-old Isabel Shaver, whose face was not shown, tried to take the fall.
I shot him.
Did you feel when you fired that shot that had to be done or he would have killed your mother?
Yes.
Firm on that?
I'm firm on that.
Something Stacy cannot begin to understand.
She could throw her then 7-year-old daughter under the bus. When Isabel was on the stand, Lori wouldn't even look at her.
And Lori's defense attorney offered another bombshell, claiming because the little girl's aim was bad, Lori's then boyfriend, Jeremy Townsend, was with them and also shot Michael.
He came in and he took the gun from me, and then he shot him again.
Lori accused Townsend of taking care of Michael's body while she was out dropping her children off at school. But prosecutors insist Lori's the real killer.
The defense's story is that she's guilty of accessory after the fact. The evidence in this case is that she's guilty of second-degree murder.
The jury agreed.
The defendant is guilty of second-degree murder.
Michael's family says the guilty verdict was a long time coming.
We all just kind of sat in the courthouse. A lot of hugging, a lot of crying.
After years of dodging the law, Lori Shaver was the one ultimately buried under a pile of evidence. And Michael's family finally able to gather for a quiet celebration of his life, while his sister offers this plea to women and men.
If you're out there and you're suffering from domestic violence, tell someone, call someone, get the help. Don't end up like Michael did.
Lori Shaver faces 25.
That just said 9/13/24. That was 2 months ago in Florida.
Tell someone, call someone, get the help. Don't end up like Michael did.
Bro, that's this year. That's this year in Florida. 9/13/24. That was literally 2 months ago. Oh my God, bro. I didn't even hear about this. That's crazy. I'm in Florida. I don't know how far I am from this place, but how would I not hear about this? Wife covers up a death. Try to blame her 7-year-old daughter. But that's crazy. See, I told you she had a whole boyfriend. She got pregnant. She tried to get rid of him. Tried to cover it up by blaming it on the daughter, getting the daughter to blame it on herself. And then she tried to take the boyfriend down with her. This lady is sick. And then she acting like she ain't do it. She crying and shit like she ain't do that shit. Nigga, they putting the damn cuffs on you. You might as well just go ahead and accept your fate. Cause you going to the bean, you going to the bean.
Lori Shaver faces 25 years to life in prison and is scheduled to be sentenced later this month. She's appealing her conviction. Up next, a survivor reveals how her quick thinking helped her escape an ex who held her captive and assaulted her.
His belt just hit me over and over and over again.
We'll be right back.
How not to pay off your credit cards. I owe $20,000 on my card. How fast can I pay these off with minimum payments? 109 months, so you'll pay about $23,000 in interest. Guess I'll be in debt for 9 years. A better way to pay off your credit card debt. I want to.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We turn now to Gabby Rowland, a brave survivor of twisted abuse who is now an advocate for other trapped women. Gabby hopes that by sharing her story, it will help someone else possibly escape a deadly situation. She gave him love.
Let me know what y'all think about the last one too. Let me know if she was smart or not smart, and if she belongs in jail or if she doesn't belong in jail. Do you think it was her daughter, or was it her boyfriend, or was it her? Drop a comment and let me know. Let's check out this second one. It's one video with two mysteries.
And he took everything.
I felt like he was going to kill me. I was crying, I was begging and pleading for him to stop.
Gabby had the voice of an angel.
No, she did not.
But that
that is not a voice of an angel. Let's be realistic here.
Beautiful voice would be drowned out by despair and violence. Her world changed forever when the 24-year-old singer met the devil himself, Justin Mustafa, a criminal.
First of all, come on now. You gotta talk to a dude with his last name Mustafa? Mustafa, bro. Uh-oh, I done fucking muted this shit.
His bad boy charm.
I found him physically attractive. He came across as very honest, very hardworking.
But Gabby's mother, Marilyn, saw a different side.
I Googled him and found out that he was going to jail for his crimes against another woman.
Those crimes included making a sex tape with a girlfriend without her knowledge.
He had told me about an open court case that he had with a previous girlfriend, and I took that as complete honesty.
She stuck by him, even though Mustafa emerged from prison paranoid and violent when Gabby tried to break.
Bro, she already stupid. Like, come on now. Crimes against girls, aren't girls all together in this shit? Like, come on now. Realistic. Like, come on. Let's just be real. He told you he got a case against another girl or some shit like that. You ain't asked more into that? Come on.
Break up. Something always pulled her back in.
There was, I always kind of refer to as like a good month.
Then things took a dark turn.
He started accusing me of cheating on him while he was in jail.
After getting out of jail, Gabby says Mustafa wanted her to do something she'd never done before. He insists on injecting Gabby with heroin.
I told him no. I had never done drugs in my life, but he made me put my arm out. I just remember like nodding off, and it was not enjoyable at all.
Gabby says Mustafa injected her with heroin several.
Bro, he was trying to make her a crackhead.
She won't comply. And she pays a.
Yo, guys, if you don't know, on YouTube, if you're trying to press the space bar, M is for mute. I just found that out. Ow, he lit.
We were driving around, and he pulled down a dirt road, and he got out of the car, and he told me to get out as well, and he told me to pull my pants down and bend over. And his belt just hit me over and over and over again. I was crying, I was begging and pleading for him to stop. And when he stopped, he raped me.
For Gabby, it was a nightmare.
Hold on, so you met this dude. He told you about his ex, that he was in a case where you didn't ask more into that. Then time goes by and he forces you to do drugs. You don't want to, but he sticks the needle in your arm. Then he drives away with you. And y'all go to some dark road. He tells you to get out the car because he wants to fuck, but he, instead of fucking, he beats you with a belt. And then he rapes you. I'm telling you, dudes is off the wall, bro. You can't trust these niggas out here. I don't know if this is in Florida, but you cannot trust these dudes, bro. These dudes be wildin'. Cause what? That would even Caucasian community.
That wouldn't end. Mustafa subjects her to a sadistic week-long routine of heroin injections and vicious beatings.
I felt like he was going to kill me.
Gabby says Mustafa thinks he humiliated her to the point that she's completely under his control. But the next day, while in the car of a friend, Gabby makes a bold move and breaks her silence.
I knew that I had to press charges because if I don't say something, if he's not held accountable, he's gonna do it to someone else.
And with renewed strength, Gabby returns home to her family.
Hey, listen, at least she made the attempt to, you know, get him the fuck out of here, because he needed to get the fuck out of here. Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? I'm glad she definitely, like, chose to speak up about it to her friend. She definitely needed
family.
I couldn't even tell her everything.
If being with your pet relieves stress, anxiety, and improves your well-being, it's time to get them ESA approved. ESA stands for Emotional Support Animal. It means regular people like you can get their regular pets legally recognized as being their support.
I needed to save her. I tried to be there for her because that's all you can do.
Justin Mustafa was arrested on multiple charges, including assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. But unfortunately, Gabby's nightmare isn't over. She recounts her week in hell to a jury. Mustafa and his defense team then tell jurors she enjoyed it.
They said that I liked rough sex, that it was just S&M.
The jury doesn't buy it and finds Justin Mustafa guilty of assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, and witness intimidation. Though Mustafa is sentenced to 6 years behind bars, Gabby still struggles in a prison of her own.
I was diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety, depression, triggers, flashbacks, nightmares, disassociation, all of it.
Now the singer is using her voice to help other women trapped in a cycle of abuse, encouraging them to get out.
Doing events like this, I think, is very important to raise awareness because people don't realize it can happen to anyone.
If you or anyone you know is experiencing domestic violence, call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 800-799-SAFE. That's 800-799-7233, or text START to 88788. We'll be right back. On the next True Crime News, the real estate mogul's wife goes missing. This was a shock. But broken glass in the bathroom.
It definitely looked like there was a crime that took place in that house.
The family SUV, and a disturbing 911 call.
She's dead. They killed her yesterday.
I guess that's in the next video, but we're going to stop it here because this is, clearly that one's not going to start right now. But what do you guys think about the one that was just on? Do you think, honestly, what do you, like, really drop it in the comments? Do you think she ignored the signs? She should have, like, jumped at it the first time when he told her about the girl, the first girl that he was in a case with? Or do you think that, you know, she shouldn't have been asking questions or whatever the case may be? But I don't know, man. That one was pretty intense. Like, what? He stuck a needle in her arm, bro. Give me your arm. Die. Like, what? She said she was nodding out and shit. I'd have been scared too. Fuck. Unknown drugs in your system. Like, what, bro? Yeah, that's crazy. I want to hear what y'all think about both of them, both of these stories. Which one do you think is, like, do you like number one? So the first video is number one, or do you think more interesting one was number two? They both were wild. Like, we got a mom killing the dad, and then we got a boyfriend trying to, like, wild out and rape the girl and literally, like, make her a drug addict. Like, that's insane, bro. Don't trust these, bro. If you're a girl that is dealing with any of this, man, call that hotline for real, because that's crazy. You don't need to be in no abusive relationship or nothing. That's crazy. If the guy really love you, he gone. He don't need to do all that extra shit. Like, he shouldn't do all that shit even if he don't love you. Like, come on now. That shit's crazy. But I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.
All reveal